Hi everybody, how are you all doing out there today? I'm doing fine. It's raining out a little bit, which is kind of cool. It's a little cool outside, but that's alright. I like the cool weather because in here I'm sweating. My room gets hot because I have a window that faces the east when the sun comes up, and then I have a window over there where the sun is beating down all day. Even though I have blinds and blackout curtains, it's just not enough. My vent above the bed keeps the bed area cool when I sleep, but the vent's like this big for this bedroom. That's too small. That's just way too small. So I got my little fan right here to help me because I know I'm shiny again. Sorry. Next time I'll put powder on, maybe. First of all, I'd like to say one little tidbit. I hope the Nancy Guthrie case has not gone cold. It's a high profile case, and I hope it didn't go cold. That's all I'm saying. I hope they find the woman's body, or her alive. Her body, period. Her. I just hope that they find her. Either way, so the family can have... what's the word I'm looking for? Just so they can have their mother back. Yes. One way or another, so they can have their mother back. That's what I'm hoping for. Because this is really starting to get to me. It's bizarre. It's too bizarre. All right. A lot of theories out there, though, but some of them I'm kind of with. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about the fact that I talked to a friend. My friend is having issues with her mom, pretty bad. Her father just passed away, and now her mom is, not well, and she's very old too. And my girlfriend said that she was put on an antidepressant for it. I know all too well about antidepressants. I know all about them. I do not handle the majority of them very well. Apparently at higher doses. I do at low. But I expected a long time ago, take a pill, make you feel better, you'll get on with your life and you'll do great. It's not how it works. You take an antidepressant and you work with it. You should be seeing a therapist. You should be learning coping skills, which I have not. So, I have been through many, many, and my girlfriend went on one, and I can't remember the name of the one that she's on, but she says everything she eats is going right through her, and she's been on it about a week, I think, 5 days, something like that, something like that. And the antidepressant is taking her food right through her. It's making her extremely groggy. These are all things that should pass in the future, from what I read. And, if you have issues with anxiety, or I'm no professional, I've just been through it all. Divorce. Loss of a child, another divorce, loss of, I don't know if childhood molds us or not, but a lot happened in my childhood it started with loss of animals, loss of my father when I was very young. So all this you still think about and you don't forget. It's easier to remember the bad things than it is the good things sometimes. And like the tabloids love, putting out trash talk. And I think that is in our brain automatically. Well, I remember when you did this to me and blah, blah. Yeah, well, do you remember when I gave you this and loved you and hugged you? No, I don't remember that. That seems to be where we go in our minds. So she's kind of there right now in denial. Wait, she's not in denial. She's not processing properly. She's letting the bad thoughts come in. I know what it's like, been there. You have to learn as well. So I had a therapist at one point, but I didn't keep the therapy because I didn't have to. They just said, you take your pill and you come into therapy, and people were calling in all the time and not going. And I got a job, so I wasn't really going, and nor did they care. They just wanted you on your medication and know how you were doing. Any problems, call them. So that's where we were. Anyway, aside from that, she's having a tough time. I think the biggest thing about a person, first of all, they say everything starts in your gut. And I believe it does. Everything starts in our gut. If your gut doesn't feel good, you're not going to feel good. Not even mentally. Because if you eat junk all day long, that goes in your gut. Sorry. Living on coffee with caffeine. Living on chocolate with caffeine. Living on ice cream with sugar. Bread converts to sugar. A lot of things, just potatoes, they convert right. You've got to get your fruits. You got to get your fruits and your vegetables in there as well, right? So that helps a lot. So I told her that, and I have practiced that, but I seem to have a hard to treat anxiety issues, and I know where my anxiety stemmed, and I know the problem. That helps. I've written it down probably 1,000,000 times, but I still battle it. And then new ones in life come along, because guess what? Life is not perfect. And if you think it's ever going to be perfect, you're wrong. If it feels perfect for one day, take it, enjoy it, embrace it. Because the next day could totally suck. Totally suck. And it can ruin your life. The next day can ruin your life. It can be a car accident. It could be the death of a loved one. It can be you found out you have cancer. It would totally suck. So you want to embrace those good days. And that is the problem with me. And my girlfriend's going through it now. I embraced the bad days. Why would anybody want to do that? But I did it. I embraced the bad days and held on to them and felt like the victim over and over and over. This wasn't fair and this wasn't right. Well, okay. Get over it now, right? I've learned how because I didn't know how. First of all, a lot of people don't know what mindfulness means. It means coming into yourself, staying in the moment, pushing out intrusive thoughts. That they'll come in. They will come in. No matter what it is. Oh, my microphone's not working. Crap, after I made that whole video, my microphone's not working. And then I get mad, upset. I blame it on the computer. I blame it on everything. I'm not doing it tonight. I'm not doing it. Wrong. Start over. Because this is life. Life is not perfect. And look at us now. We're in a war. We're in a war with Iran. Very intelligent people they are. They know war. Yeah. They know how to build missiles, drones. They know how to build. And I believe they're having help from Russia. And I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but maybe they are. And if they are, they are. I mean, I don't think it was our war to get into, but we're not in the Middle East. We're way over here. So a lot of people that I talk to, I hear them everywhere. It's just talking about the war, but yet Trump says it's not a war. Donald Trump, the president, he says it's not a war, but it is a war. When you're striking another country with military objects, that's war. When you're killing people, that's war. So, okay, we should not be confused about that. War is bad. I come from a wartime family. all the men in my family were in war. I had an uncle who was highly decorated. Vietnam. I think I mentioned that in a prior video. Quickly, maybe I didn't. I have all his medals now because my mother passed away. Purple Heart, all of them. Hat, just everything. And he was due to come home 3 days prior. For 3 days before, I don't know what you call the men who jump out of the helicopter, but he was one of them with his team. And if you call it a team, and they jumped right into the middle of a wrong area, and he got shot. He spoke. I won't say his last words. It's extremely personal, but he got shot, and they tried hard, but they had to get out of there too. The helicopter that landed for them. That being said, we're in a war. I never thought I would live through an era now, where we would actually go after Iran. Okay. But we did. And I don't hate Iran. Actually, there's a lot of good people over there. I don't hate any single person of any kind. And I mean not white like me. I don't have hate for them. It's easy to hate. It is easy to hate, right? And it's hard to care. But you have to look at, the buildings that they've lost. You have to look at the school, the girls' school, young girls, little girls too, that got hit, and they're saying the U.S. did it. All they had to do is look at what hit it, and they would know, and that's what they're saying. So you know what? I believe it because of the situation, and we didn't have updated information. I firmly believe it, and I think that everything I'm saying is my opinion. Again, remember, Iran did not shoot a missile, and it just bummed out, went straight up, and came right down on the girls' school. They did not do it. Israel, I thought that they just blast away. I mean, man, they just have at it. I thought it would be Israel. I was wrong, I think. And I do think it's leaning towards the United States of America killed a bunch of civilians who were just growing up. Worthless damn war. Worthless. And it is. If you really don't want them to have nuclear weapons, there is a thing called peace talks, and there is a thing, and yeah, there is. And we have so much up there in space to look at them and see what they're doing, like they do us. They're watching. We're watching. I think they have that technology to watch us. I know we do. Just watch them. See if they're building a nuke. See what's going on. And try a peace talk. I mean, peace helps everything. Wars are worthless. Costs a lot of money. Our prices are high. Jeez. Please, let's end this war already. Just stop. The USA, we have no business in it. The UK's not happy. I could see why. They're up there, and they're just like, this is not cool. It's not cool. The Iranians are not, again, they're not stupid people. It's what they do. And they have a lot of friends, and they have a lot of other terrorist people who get involved with them. And look what's happening in the USA now. Yeah. Schools, churches, and there'll be others and other things. As I sit here and say it, I know it. It's just the beginning. It's got to stop. Donald Trump won running on the fact that we would not go to war. That was one of them. But he would stop the war on day one with Ukraine and Putin. It didn't happen. And I'm not Democrat. Just saying. But I don't have... My hand is not in that basket grabbing any eggs, so I shouldn't be talking about it much, just my opinion, because this time around, I didn't vote. I'm not that deep into politics, but I worry about when there's a war. And I'm living through this. It's like, what's going to get bombed in my state? I don't know. And I hope you all stay safe. And the big thing about all this right now in America is be aware of your surroundings. If you see something not right, say something quickly or call 911. You're not a fool. Don't do it just to be funny. Do it if it's serious. You're not a fool. You're not a fool. You have a concern, a valid concern. This chair's killer. Killer hurting. A valid concern. So say something. Really. That's all there is to that. So back on the antidepressant thing. Yeah. I've been around antidepressants a lot. And I know what they can do and how they feel. They will get you back on the fast track. For many, many, many people did me. I tend to break out in rashes, which is really sad. I guess, I don't know, I break out in rashes from certain foods and things in the past that I've taken. Coloring, flavorings, I'm sure that's what, fillers, things like that. I don't know. So I just tend to do that. So if you're on an antidepressant, there's no reason to be ashamed or embarrassed, because guess what? Sooner or later, the majority of us are with you. We end up there, even if it's for a short time. Postpartum depression for women. For men, your job is very taxing. You come home to a wife that's demanding. You have kids. I get it. Because I see it with my friends, my girlfriends. Like, wow, could you go a little easier on him? He just got to work. I see it. So I know, when you're feeling down, you don't have to be down. There are so many to choose from. Find a psychiatrist in your area or someone who works with these drugs and get help. If one don't work, they'll try another one. Really, you're not stuck with, oh my God, I feel so... And a lot of times in the beginning, you'll feel groggy, maybe tired, whatever. And it passes. Body has to adapt. And I learned that. So I'm happy I learned that. Now my girlfriend's going through it, and she's got to get over the hump, and I know she's going to feel better. And that's how I would like to say that. My big mistake was I was younger, and I took the pill and thought, oh, I'm going to feel happy all the time. I'm going to feel great. Well, that was the case. I did feel good. I got an excellent job working at a hospital. I did feel good, but I wasn't pulling my part as well. I wasn't learning my skills. And you can do that with a book. You can do it with a book, but you got to write in the book or take notes, journal, follow it, and learn. Because one day, you may not be on the antidepressant anymore. And for whatever reasons, and you have your skills to keep yourself going, to laugh, to surround yourself with people, but with people who make you laugh, who are kind, who are good to you. Nobody wants to be with somebody who's like, oh my God, look at her. Ew, gosh, she's so gross. I don't want to be around that. I don't have time for that. I want to be around people that lift me up, not drag me down. Don't be with anybody who drags you down. Do not. If it's a family member, you can limit your time. You definitely can. Or say something. It's a family member. If it's a friend, you can dump that friend. Remember, just dump that friend or say, hey, let's just be a little upbeat and not always, because you will deplete yourself of all the feel-good chemicals in your brain if you're always miserable, sad, a bully, picking on people. You will. You really will, because you get stuck in that loop, and that's your forever loop, being the bad guy. And those bad guys depend on alcohol usually. Alcohol does nothing to make you feel good, except in that moment you may feel good, and then you go home, plant face in your bed, wake up the next day and say, what did I do? But you do it all over again, right? You want brain chemicals. Serotonin's a big one. We need serotonin in our brains. A lot of us are lacking that because of the world today and things that are happening out there. We need serotonin. We need dopamine too. Dopamine. I think it's dopamine. Dopamine. We need them. We need adrenaline when we're in like, oh my God mode, fight or flight. Cortisol, I don't know why we dump cortisol. Our body just dumps cortisol mainly in the morning, I heard. I don't know why we do that. I can definitely feel it at times, and I don't like it. I hate the feel of that cortisol rush and it passes. I don't like it. But adrenaline is my fight or flight. It will protect you and it will save your life. So, go with that one. But you don't want that all day. Your heart rate's up, blood pressure's up, everything's up. You don't want that. What you want is the natural and the good feel-good chemicals. You want to laugh. You want to be real. You want to be that person that you're meant to be. The side effects are usually temporary unless you're having something really bad. I'm not a healthcare practitioner. I worked at the hospital as a patient advocate. I was not a healthcare professional, so talk to a doctor. But side effects are usually short-lived and you get better. It tapers off and you feel better. And that's the way it should be. However, 23, looking at the time, that's the way it should be with us all. We just want to feel good. Look, if I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to bother putting on L'Oreal Age Perfect, because I'm in my 60s, with sunscreen on my face, what's that tell you? I care enough to do that, which probably all wore off by now because I'm shiny and every morning. And then you got to put it on 8 hours later if you're out in the sun, because it has SPF 30 on it. So I do that. If I'm going to do all these products over here, shave my legs, shave my armpits, like any guy, if a guy is going to groom himself in the morning and he wants to look good, he's going to go to the gym, he's going to work out and pump up a little bit, why don't you want to feel good up here too? Actually, exercise does do it. Exercise will help you release feel-good chemicals, especially if you feel like you're low or running right completely out. If the tank's gone dry, refill it. Exercise, eat good foods, sleep well. There's so much to do. There are books out there, you can do it. And a good therapist, psychiatrist, anybody who can prescribe medication if you think you have it, please do it. Talk to somebody. Do that. I'd like to know what you think about this today, because I thought it was important, because I have been around antidepressants. And I mean, I have been around antidepressants. I've had my downfalls and I've had my great feelings from them. Helped me get back on track and get a job at the American Red Cross. Went off for 6 months, went back on, got me a job at a hospital for 10 years. Yeah. When you need them like you need water. You need them. And if it's not an antidepressant, there's other drugs. There's Buspar. If you're not familiar, it's an anti-anxiety drug. If you need something for OCD, there's antidepressants that target OCD, with anxiety, with depression. So, really, help yourself feel better. You deserve it. We all deserve it. I'm not sitting here talking to me on YouTube. Like I say before, like a lot of people do, they just sit here and, oh, well, today I did this to my hair, and, or today they beat that dog. And no, I'm talking to you about things that I think really matter in today's day and age. And that is our mental health. Our mental health matters as much as our physical health. Because when you have mental health, you're going to have physical health. Because then you're going to want to go out and jog, ride your bike, ride a horse, me, or just dance, walk in the rain. I rescued dogs. It was hard at one point, and I felt like I couldn't do it. And I remember that I was always feeling down. Every time I turned around, there was a couple dogs that were going to the bathroom. And yes, they were in big, not crates, but big pens are blocked off from the kitchen. Multiple dogs that could not be together too. And I had a license to do this at one time. And then the license expired, so I just took in 4, because you're allowed to own 4 dogs where I live. But I didn't own them. I rescued them. And life got hard. And I'm like, every time I turn around, I'm picking up poop. Every time I turn around, I'm mopping the floor from urine. The house is starting to stink. Oh my God, this dog needs to be neutered, but they can't get him in for 4 months. And he's lifting his leg on my curtains. Those are the days with the oh my gods, why is life failing me, that I ran myself right out of my feel-good chemicals. That's what I really believe. When you feel down and you feel out and you feel bad and you self-medicate, which I never did. I never self-medicated. I don't drink alcohol and I don't do drugs. The only drug I ever do is NyQuil. It contains alcohol, but I had the flu twice. So now I just get a flu shot and I've been fine. But that's it. I do not drink, and I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't want to do any of that. Why? It's not fun. It's more fun to be you without alcohol. I come from an alcoholic family. I've seen it firsthand. So I know. Yeah. I know all too well what it's about. All right. I wish you all a good evening or good day. Depends on where you are, right? And I hope you like this video. Please give it a like. I'm still an infant. It's growing. Give it a like, and I will return with more topics. Give me a topic to discuss. Help me out, somebody. Please help me out, and I will talk about it. I'll talk all about it. As much as I know about it, I'll talk about it. Say a prayer for the world. We need it. Say a prayer for the world. We need it. Didn't say the country. The world. There are good people in every country. Yeah. All right. Thank you all. Take care. And goodbye.